命啊！啊，see
What's your name, sir?
金山，
Say your name.
金山，
Are you from
救
here?
命！
Oh my God, they're just taking this man down.
I see you. 啊啊
Dude, you guys.
啊啊！
This is so scary, you guys. Poor man, dude. Like, so many people are taking this man.
TikTok. They are now deporting Asians. Please, y'all, stay at home. It's just not one group of people now. And it's never just been one group of people, by the way. It's not just dark-skinned people like Africans, Jamaicans, Caribbeans, and then they moved on to Latinos and Mexicans. It's now Asians, okay? You guys did a really great job marching out there. I was cheering you guys on, but I'm going to tell you like this. I don't think no one should go out there anymore. They up to some real sneaky stuff. Can't talk about it just yet. But look, stay at home, protect your families. That's it. Stay at home, protect. I don't think it matters how much marching and talking we do. He said he was going to do what he's going to do, and he's been doing what he wants to do. No one's stopping him, and no one's going to stop him. You know why? Because they want to change. And this man claims he's making a change. He's doing something that none of the presidents ever had guts to do. And I'm saying it that way because that's how they look at it. Yeah. See, this man, I think, has lost his marbles. But there's no proof of that yet. But he's doing what he wants to do. And there ain't nothing none of us could do about it. Ain't none of us safe, y'all. Stay at home. Protect your families. God bless. And keep in mind that they're monitoring stuff. So please just look. Stay close to your families. Protect your families. All right? Because there's some other little... I'll do another update. Bye.
So I'm actually seeing the topic on why Asians don't speak up when it comes to a protest or speaking up for our rights. Because they honestly do not think they're a minority. A lot of Asians live under that whitewashed world. And that comes from me speaking from experience. As a Vietnamese woman with black kids, I've heard every racial slur there is. Why are you with a black man? Your kids are going to be dark. Your kids are going to be like charcoal. Majority of Asian people are Trump supporters. They don't speak up. They don't fight. They don't speak on the situation. They don't even like talking about the situation. And when they do, they sound stupid and ignorant. They don't like doing that because in their mind, they're white. Majority of Asians feel the whiter the skin, the better. And that's all I'm going to say on that. That's why they don't speak up. That's why they don't make a scene when it comes to fighting for our rights. Because they think this is not going to affect them. As if 12 Vietnamese nail techs just didn't get deported because they're illegal immigrants. So let's be clear on why this is happening and who it's happening to, because it's just not Mexicans, okay?
Now, I'm seeing this question pop up a lot. Why is the Asian community so quiet on the ICE raid topic? Now, I'm not speaking for all Asian people, but this is just my point of view. My family's from Laos. My parents spent years in refugee camps before being able to come here legally. So a lot of us from a very young age was taught accountability. You know, we were getting lectures after lectures after lectures on doing the right thing. Getting our ass beat for doing wrong things. So there are a lot of Asian people that are for deportations of, illegals. And not everybody, okay? Not all Asian people are for it, but I see most of us are. And we understand why you want to come here illegally and skip the process. People just want to live good lives, do better for themselves. But there is a right way of doing things. So if you do come here illegally and get caught, you need to take accountability for your actions. That's why a lot of times if you see an Asian person get deported, we don't make a big fuss about it because, they got to take accountability for their actions. And they know that. We don't have hate towards law enforcement because, they're just doing their part. They're just doing their jobs because they didn't do their part. And we do feel terrible about, or at least I do feel terrible about, families being ripped apart. But, they know the risk involved and they were willing to take that risk. Again, you got to take accountability. And a lot of people refer Asians as, model immigrants because, we are here to better ourselves, get an education, respect law and order. We just don't want any trouble. Like, we want peaceful lives. And so if we do get in trouble for something that we did, then we own up to it. That's it. So my heart does go out to the families of the deported. Hopefully they can find their way back, hopefully legal, so that they may, live peaceful lives. I wish y'all the best.
Hey you all, have you heard the news? Asian American communities are in panic right now because immigration and customs enforcement is suddenly deporting people faster than expected. Folks didn't see this coming and it's hitting hard. Let's talk about what's going on and why this matters. Let's kindly watch these clips. All credits to the owners. We come back with more commentary.
All right, y'all. Here's the truth. This is the truth. Honest truth, okay? Y'all should prepare to leave the United States. You should prepare financially, mentally, physically to live in another country. I go back and forth from the United States to Rwanda. Okay? It doesn't look good for America right now. Like, I'm going to give you a quick example. Airlines. There's a specific airline that is arresting people of color when they ask the status of their flight, especially when their flight has been canceled twice. Yeah. They actually will tell you, if you come to my kiosk again, I'm going to call the state police. The airport's in Logan. It's in actually Boston, but the airport name is Logan Airport. That's what's going on behind the scenes. People are getting arrested for no reason with extreme force. So this is usually not my content, but I just want to inform everyone that in order for you to leave the United States and be successful living in another country, you are going to have creativity. You're going to have adaptability. You're going to have to be flexible. I don't know if you saw my video that I was actually applying for a visa for the country of Rwanda. Thank goodness they gave it to me. But heed this advice. It is not a simple decision to make to leave the United States. I know we have all of our comfort foods, our comfort homes, our comfort air conditioners, heating, it's at our disposal. But in some countries, it's not like that. Now, one thing I can guarantee you by living in another country, especially the continent of Africa, is your freedom. That's what I'm going to guarantee you, is your freedom. Your freedom to drive a car without having to worry about getting pulled over or racial profiling. eating fresh fruits and vegetables that are not tainted with pesticides and other chemicals that cause us to have cancer. You will have a sense of community that you never could imagine in a million years. And a sense of pride. That's what I can tell you if you decide to leave the United States. So check out Ricky Smiley's recent post that he did on the situation that's going on in the United States.
I know I've been posting a lot about the deporting situation, and my mom, like yesterday, she told me, hey son, you should probably not speak too much on this topic because it might cause a problem for us. That's the exact reason why this is a problem. Whenever there's a problem, Asian people go, oh my God, and nothing changes. That's probably the biggest thing that pisses me off about Asian people. You realize the current situation is literally a crime against humanity. Look, I think 70 to 80, 90% of us can agree that if they take illegal immigrants that commit crimes or whatever, look, that's whatever, okay? But they're stripping people of citizenships, and they're also taking people that are citizens. So what the hell does that mean for me? I was born here as a citizen. I can't imagine my mom or my sister, or think about it, like you're a close family member, imagine they just get taken for whatever good reason. And at this rate, they're not even finding a good reason. You know what they're doing? Oh, he's brown, let me take him. Oh, he's yellow, let me take him. That's literally what's going on. So that's why we're in this crisis of literal, ethnic cleansing, if you want to think about it that way. And I'm not exempt because I'm Korean. And then all the Asian influencers watching right now, stop posting about your, here's my favorite boba, or like, oh, here's my get ready with me. No one cares. And at least talk about the topic first to show that you're human. And then you can start posting about your freaking stupid get ready with me. Oh, here's my favorite boba. Nobody cares about that right now. So at least address the issue, and then you can stroll on with your life. You'll probably gain a lot more followers that way. And who am I to say this when I only have 2,000 followers? Yeah, I know you're probably thinking that, but guess what? There's a lot of things that happens behind the scenes, and I've seen tremendous growth. Thank you guys so much for hearing me out and sharing my content. I appreciate you guys. It's time to go to the Ignacio. Let's go.
So here is the situation. Many Asian Americans who went in America illegally or were waiting for green cards are now facing sudden deportations. ICE is stepping up enforcement and is causing shock and fear. People thought the deportations would be slow or handled carefully. Instead, it's quick and many families are scared and confused. Oh my God, this is heartbreaking.
For any Asian people who are selfish as fuck and are not standing in solidarity to Hispanic people over ICE immigration, just remember you're next, and you are not that different from them. All your excuses of it doesn't have anything to do with me, I'm legal and stuff, they don't care. You're gonna be targeted because keep in mind, you're not white. The system never will see you as white. They see you also as an immigrant. Guess what? After Hispanic people get deported, who's also going to be deported? Asian people. You're not safe from it. You're not white. They're not going to target white immigrants, and they can't target really black people because for a lot of reasons, honestly. So they're going to target you. You're not safe because you perpetuate racism towards other groups all the time. No, you are just as likely to be a target as any Hispanic person, honestly. I fear you should care.
Being so many people asking Asian creators to speak up about the whole riots in LA and all these deportation things. What is there to say? We support the deportations of illegals.
Sir, you look like the immigration issue you're ranting about. So the projection is wild because you look very illegal.
Asian people aren't really dependent on, migrant labor.
The loss of immigrants has the potential for a full economic collapse because of significant GDP reduction, labor shortages, increased prices, reduced consumer spending and demand, and billions lost in tax revenue. An economic collapse affects everyone. Immigrants make this country thrive.
This presidency promised that they would deport illegal immigrants. They're doing that. Why are you crying? You see it like these immigrants are waving the flags of other countries, burning down the flag of the U.S., and then you think Asian people want to support that? No, they want to stay away from that. They don't want to be grouped in with these people. Asian people don't want to focus on these on the negativity and say what they're really thinking. Deport, right? Deport illegal immigrants.
He is the embodiment of the model minority, which was created to pit Asians against other marginalized groups, rewarding obedience, silence, and hard work with crumbs of white approval. And he ate that up, tap dancing for people who don't even want you here. No matter how hard you try to prove you hate yourself more than they ever could, and try so hard to distance yourself from the very people who fought for the rights that you now leech off of. You can grovel all you want for white validation, but you'll never earn validation from the same people who call you Kung Flu and China virus. Remember that? Kung Flu and China virus? You are not native. So how do you think it is that you were able to come to the United States? You think it was the whites who just kindly handed you an invite into our country out of the kindness of their heart? No, you got here because black and brown people, far braver than you, bled in the streets. The Immigration and Nationality Act of 1965 made it possible for you to live your American dream as the oppressor's lapdog. You're welcome. The people brave enough to fight out in the streets are the same people keeping you here. That fight going on right now is again a fight that you will benefit from just so that you can parade around like you earned those rights when you have never fought for anything in your weak little existence. Not your people, not your dignity, not even yourself. But be careful, because if they deport all of the people who fight for our rights, you might find yourself in an internment camp, because who's going to fight for you? You don't even fight for yourself.
Where the fuck are all the Asians? The thousands of Asians in LA either wanting to be an influencer in TikTok or are influencers on TikTok that have hundreds or tens of thousands or millions of followers. Like, you can't put down your fucking matcha for like literally 2 seconds and speak out about what's happening right now. I go on fucking TikTok, it's the same 4 like wonderful activist Asians on here. But then everybody else just still, regularly scheduled program, my outfit of the day, going to another fucking Korean barbecue restaurant. Like, the restaurant you're at is built on immigrants. This entire city is built on immigrants. Like, you went to fucking UC Irvine, you got your fucking marketing degree. I'm sure you took 1 humanities class, honey. Like, I promise you, if you just don't post 1 TikTok dance and you take 30 seconds to speak on children getting ripped away from an elementary school graduation, people being locked in the basements of federal buildings without food or water, the National Guard being deployed on your city. Like, I know that, like, shame doesn't work on you. Like, nothing works on you because you've had to create this shell. But, like, your $600 post that you're making for tummy tea is not going to save you here. You're scared of, like, oh, your brand getting tainted, or, like, you won't be able to get brand deals. Like, with the rate that information suppression is going, like, you won't have TikTok to fucking sell your fucking boba flavored protein powder on here. Like, you won't have the time. You won't have the platform to do so. Like, your parents or your grandparents came here for a better life, and then now that you have a better life, you've already fucking forgotten the context as to which you fucking exist in this realm. Like, you don't have to be a civil rights expert or an econ expert or a fucking, like, lawyer to understand that what is happening needs to be stood up against. Like, you are the people that are populating the Capitol right now. Like, you will be next. Like, with black folk, they weaponize the police. With brown folk, they weaponize immigration. With Asian folk, they weaponize legislation. So the clock is ticking, sweetie. The clock is tick-tock in a way. I don't give a fuck if you feel awkward about speaking something, or I don't give a fuck if you're like, oh, I'm sorry, I've never spoken about this before, or whatever. It's not too late. It's not too late. I promise to you, it's not too late to listen to that tiny voice in the back of your head. I've been on this fucking app for 2.5, almost 3 months. That's all. But it's not that fucking hard. You open the app and you do the thing. You don't have to fucking edit it. You can just say it fucking non sequitur and just speak from your fucking tiny, shriveled, but beating heart. Please. I just fucking beg you.
The government says it's about enforcing immigration laws, but a lot of people believe it's political. There is pressure to crack down hard on immigration everywhere. But unfortunately, Asian Americans are feeling the squeeze alongside other immigrant groups. This comes after years of promises about immigration reform that haven't delivered real results. Families are being torn apart, people losing their jobs, homes, and safety nets. There is a panic in communities because nobody knows who might be next. Yeah, Asian Americans who often keep a low profile now feel targeted and afraid to speak out.
Undercover ICE agents are abducting and kidnapping people off the street, masked up, without identification or warrant. And he's yelling help, and his name, Jingshan, in Mandarin. And it's just heartbreaking to watch. I also went through the comment section, so there's a woman who claims to be either his girlfriend or his wife. She said she's 2 months pregnant. So the man that they just kidnapped is actually a father-to-be. And he's actually on his way to report to the immigration office. So he's doing it the legal way. He's not a criminal. He's not an illegal immigrant. The wife also said they have lost contact with her husband for over a day now. They're trying to find a lawyer, but nothing has helped so far. He's still detained. And when I actually think about it, are those actually ICE agents? Or are they just imposters or bounty hunters who try to turn people into ICE to earn money? I just knew this day is gonna come.
This is a warning for everyone. Immigration policies affect real people with real lives. If this continues, it could push more families into hiding or force them to leave the only home they know. Look, no one is illegal. Everyone deserves dignity and respect. Deporting families without warning causes trauma. I'm telling you, it causes trauma to the whole family. We need better immigration policies that treat people fairly and humanly. Yeah, this is all people need. So what do you think about the sudden deportations hitting Asian American communities? Drop your thoughts below. If you or someone you know is affected, please share the resources. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay informed. This is real life. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. Bye.